Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 5th of March 2028. And just to give you an update with what's been happening since the last video, all I've been really doing is keeping an eye on this new town here. You can see we're nearly ready to let our population move in. I've had to make a few adjustments, like the fact I forgot to put in a sport and also a cinema. Another issue that I did come up once this geothermal power plant does it says building without drinking water. So what I've had to do is put in a couple of these pick up and drop off points for water and sewage, because I did kind of do a cost analysis of running a water and sewage out to here, and I think for a workforce of 30, I think it's just easier to use the trucks. Plus these trucks can fill in a few odd gaps. I've also bought the vehicles for the secret police. Probably push that up a little bit. And the ordinary police. I mean, it's starting to get quite complicated setting up a town now compared to like it used to be in the past. And you can see I've already set up the bus route which will take the workers to the geothermal plant. So for all intents and purposes, we're ready to go. I did decide in the end to put a small university in, because I think this town's going to get a little bit bigger than I thought it was. I've also set up the necessary routes to ensure that the food and alcohol and everything else can be brought in. The pub is here. In fact, I can now... I think you're the one who... No, you're the chemical supply one. This is the one here. So you can pick up alcohol here. And we're just going to drop that in as well. That should get these guys moving forward. Now, before I get into populating this town, because I'm sure that will probably take quite a lot of attention, I just want to give you a bit of an update of a couple of things that have been going on as well during the winter. One thing is, if you watch the previous update, I was talking about the meat supply, and I think generally things are going okay here. We did take a few crop losses with the previous harvest, but I think that's because I'm producing excess crops. This silo is already running out quite early, but at the moment we've still got trucks bringing in... Ooh, this one's nearly out of crops. It's got 459 left. I think we've got quite a lot up here which can be used, and what I've also got is these guys here. I think what I might do, because this is full, to make a quick change to here. I think we're... Now there's already trucks coming up here, I think. Where are these trucks actually going? Yeah, these are bringing the crops down from there, so that's good. And so I've got this small distribution office here, which should keep... I think we're going to push you to 20%, and hopefully you will bring in some more. We've also got other crops being brought in as well, but this is going to the fabric plant, so we've kind of got a flow of crops there. Now, another near disaster I had during the winter, and it was only the fact that I was setting up fuel routes I actually picked this up, was the fact that my bitumen tank here build up, and what that actually stopped my production of fuel, and I was right down to about 100 tons of fuel in here when I noticed it, and what I had to do in the end is resort to selling off some bitumen. I think the problem for the bitumen build up is the fact that because I'm not building that much in the way of roads, which is the main kind of way of consuming bitumen when the asphalt plants, is that this was building up. And of course, I am trying to export bitumen, but there's a limit to how much you can export. And of course, when the new update drops and we get the new import-export prices, I may have to build a flare to burn off resources here, because at the moment, I'm not sure what the economic situation is. Just look at the... I mean, we exported 680 tons of bitumen last month. I think that would probably be starting to push the boundaries of this new import-export pricing model, which works on a 75-day sliding window. Now, I'm not going to get into that too much, guys, because I spent a couple of hours working on it, running test calculations to try and get my head around it. I think I understand it now, but I think it's one of these things that trying to describe it in words, even with formulas, doesn't really do it justice. So what I'm going to have to do is try and set up a demo or something, or just experiment with it, maybe when the update drops into the beta test branch. Anyway, guys, I think there's only one more thing I want to show you is over here. Oh, it's actually finished. Is that drinking water at higher quality required for production. Okay. This is out of range. I thought this was actually in range of the water. Well, it says it's in range of water. I've got a feeling what it's doing is it's actually pulling the water from... It needs 93%. This is 99, but this one is actually in range. So I think it looks like I've found a slight flaw in my plan. Right, guys, I'm not going to worry too much about this because this was just an attempt to improve my meat production. But if you see here, this is pretty full anyway, so I can possibly work on that. I think what we may have to do, at the moment, I'm not purifying the water from the pump water well here. What we're doing is literally just pulling the water out and pumping it. What I probably will need to do long term is we got an input there. What we'll have to do is set up another water purification plant and hook it into the system, and then effectively break it. What it will mean is we'll be supplying high quality water to my quad fields, but this won't be a problem. But I'm not going to worry about that just at the moment, because that's not really the focus of this video. Because what I really want to do now is start to move the population into here. And I mean, I could just unlock this. In fact, mistake I nearly made was I hadn't turned these buildings off. But what I've actually done is here. But what I want to do is what I used to do in the past. In fact, we'll go to Stilton. We come to here. Not here, sorry. Yeah, one thing I've noticed is that if you don't play games like this regularly, life can get quite difficult. And we've got plenty of population for this as well, actually, just to show you. We lost a little bit of population during the winter, but I think a lot of that was down to, how can you say, just people leaving because they didn't like what was going on. So just going to pull you in there. We're just going to pull a whole wodge of people from different blocks. And by doing this way, we should get a mix of age groups. So, here we go. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think we'll just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. I think if we go down to here, in fact, if I switch this on here, and we got 30 from there. How about Foodville? Foodville's not massively overpopulated. And of course, what happens is that if I pull them out of other cities, the over 21s in the cities that I'm not touched are going to move into the vacancies that I've left in the cities where I'm pulling out people. So it's not like I'm taking away all the workforce. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 1 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. That should redistribute our population. And what we're going to do now is come in here. And we'll allow citizens to move in as this comes. We'll probably reduce this down a little bit, because it's going to take a little while for people to show their happiness. Of course, the happiness will be down, clothes, sports, food. So it's just going to take a little while for things to come together. What we're probably going to need to do. Wow. Got to do this. We got people working in there. People working in there. I've got the chemicals in here. So we should be getting water supply here. Probably brought in too much population, to be honest. Right, we got university. That should make a difference. Now, another reason why I've actually put in a lot of population here is that I want to put a construction office in, but the construction office I want to put in is just going to be predominantly for ordinary workers, if that makes sense. So what I want to do is just put a construction office just here. Again, we're just going to assign the... I've had this happen several times. And what I'm thinking is that if I've got a surplus population here, what I can do is use that surplus population to go to building sites and get things going on fire. Okay. I've had a couple of fires that have been a little bit problematic. It took a little while for the firefighters to get here, but I think they'll be in control. Where are we actually? Oh, this is where our chemical production is. Let's just turn off this. Actually, I'm just had a thought. If we've got a pile of workers in here looking for work. Oh no, a lot of them have all disappeared. So we got the heating plant is working. Maybe they all came here because they couldn't find other jobs. Maybe we'll just increase that a little bit, a smidge as well. We got that there. Got a massive police force. And got a massive secret police as well. So no one's going to be breaking the rules here. Because I was wondering if I could just use the workforce to go up to here. That we might get a little bit of but this building is without drinking water, but that's because we haven't got the infrastructure working here. But I'm just wondering, yeah, I think we can do this, guys. I just want to get that little bit of industry working. How many? We don't need that many people, so I buy a couple of buses. Actually, what I've started doing, just for the fun of it, is looking at buses here. have a look what we got bus wise here. I mean, we don't have a wide range. Yeah, maybe not such a good idea. Bus. Right, we got a workforce out here. Not here, sorry. Got 25. Actually, it just occurred to me. 83, 83, 52. Really, we need about 50 people out here. These are 65 kilometers now. Actually, I've just had a thought. These are 75. What I'm looking for is a relatively fast... Actually, let's slow that down a bit, actually. Got 11 passengers in there. I don't want to steal all the passengers from here. This is 85. It's got 40 passengers in it. 1.1 million. Wow. 8. I don't want to steal 85. I think if we get a couple of these, and you can pick up from. Where's the? That's the one. That's the bus stop. And what we're going to do is send you all the way out to here. What we'll do is just set the line spacing up. And what should happen is if we get surplus workers here waiting for work, like we've got a few workers here, what we can do is as the... Oh, are you in range of the bus station? Yeah, that's good. So we are going to get more people. Yeah, we've got lots of people without jobs. So, in fact, I'm thinking. I think a central station will work. And if we can get that done, of course, what will happen is we can put buses in here who assist with the construction site. So that should speed up a few things as we go forward, because this is the next stage of what I want to do, which is start to build in this town here. I think I don't want this video to be too long because it's really just an update video. I think I'm kind of getting a bit... I want to fix this. So how big's this? This is the... You produce 132. I think what I'm going to do is water treatment plant. Right, we have to. We got to use gravel. Water treatment. This is the one. These are Novu's mods. This is the one. What we'd have to do is try and put this in, because we'd have to run from there and out and back again. Plus we need to be in range of the sewage. So maybe what we're gonna have to do is just put it here. This is in range of the power. So if can I actually, it'd be easier to put it this way actually. If I put it about here, that would still be in range of the workforce. Now we're gonna have to put what's the setup here? Got a small water pump. I don't think we need a tower here. I think if we put a small water pump there, we're always like large. This And then we'll put that there. No construction path to this. Okay, that could be a problem. Anyway, what we can do is get the helicopters working on this and this and this. They can fly things in. We'll put a little mud footpath, and then what I'll do is over here, it's very long range working. I've got a road crew down here. Yep, you're the road crew. I say this is going to be more long term. So these guys see these road crews can get to it, but if I do that, and if we come here, yeah, I don't think this is going to work because of the bias from this here. I mean, I could demolish this or things, but that would just affect the production in this area, which I want to keep going because, of course, that's keeping the crops flowing into this area. Of course, what it will do is we should be able to pull crops from. So what's up with this one? Drinking water has poor quality, no workers. We got no workers in this farm. What's up with them? That too far away. This one's a little bit too far away. It's a bit of a pain in the neck, but I doubt very much. If I set we'll try it with a footpath. Is there a footpath connection? Footpath connection there. I think it'd be easier to actually. I need to connect that up anyway. This only needs 20 workers. Let's see how many. Was the bus station? Bus station's in here somewhere. There it is. There. Well, we got a few workers sat here, but if I just get a couple of little minibuses, because the problem with these farms is because they're seasonal, you don't really want to I think if we go to here, buses, I don't want too many workers. And there's 7, 7, 8. 8. Okay, we're going to get a couple of those, and then, oops, I keep wanting to go this way when the town is actually up here. Just drop you into that one, unload. Yeah, just that there, and we'll put the line spacing in. And what we'll do is just get that all built in. Once the water quality rises, that should actually improve the situation a little bit, and we'll get some more crops out of this area. Not that we need that much in the way of crops, because see, this is still there. Of course, this is full, and what we're going to do is just, where's the new town? How are we doing? Yeah, we got workers piling into there. Have we got any workers out here? What, these are probably going to be complaining now. Source missing. Raw bauxite. Okay, what's the problem? No power supply. Oh, well, we got power here. I've just got a dead zone here. Okay, power. I just love this game. I absolutely love it. So we're gonna have to put a, I think, oh, there's a little substation here. So I think probably the best way to do this is we got a substation there, which is not good. So if I create overlapping substations just here. So I mean, there's a little bit of an oversight there. I think we'll go for the full. No, yeah, we'll go for this one. Stop there. Go to there. Again, this is a nice to have, so get that there. And then we can start producing the raw bauxite, which will come down to here. I mean, it won't take long to fill this up, but what we can do is progressively bring the goods into here. And then what we could do is start pushing a workforce up here, again, using buses. Because, of course, this is eventually, once this is built up, we're going to be using metros. But also, because the next update introduces trams, I'm kind of thinking when we build into one of these quadrants is possibly having a little bit of a tram route going out to here. So what we may have to do is upgrade, although I don't really want that road there. So what we may have to do is create a rail tram network to deliver the workers to the airplane production line here. The other thing also I want to take a look at, because again, one of the changes that was introduced with respect to the what we call it, brains faded a little bit, the new pricing model is that if you export using ships or aircraft, you actually can export triple the amount of resources. So I'm kind of, I mean, it's all a little bit kind of squishing here, but let's see, this is in the wrong place. I'm kind of thinking, don't think we could. We've got a rail line here that splits into two here. I'm just wondering if we can get yeah, I had a really big problem over here, but I'm just wondering, because with all these little islands, see, actually I've just had a thought. We've got a project over here where I'm building a container port. I don't think this container port's actually going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish that. What we're going to do here is small town here. We're going to need to get fuel out here because we won't have a road. There's no road connection out here. So we are going to need a pumping harbour. think we'll put a pumping harbour there. This will just be for importing fuel to supply this area here and the ports. And what we'll have here is a passenger harbour. Built the wrong one, sorry. Thought that was a bit strange. That's better. Get it right this time. Do is put you there. Tidy up this railway. Actually, just do it the quick way. Yeah, you take you all the way back to here. And then it's just occurred to me that another thing we're going to need out here is actually some. It's going to get you there. So what we'll do is we'll build an export town out here. I've got a feeling we're going to need a power station as well, because we're going to need to generate the power out here. So we've got that there. We've got a pumping harbour. The other thing I may need out here is trouble is I'm running out of space here now. What we'll do is we'll put. Actually, no. We don't need that because we can bring fuel in here, and and bitumen in here. And what we might be able to do is build a diesel-powered power station out here, because I think. Let me just check. Yeah, we've actually got a coal power station. We've also got a gas-powered station, which is actually in the vanilla base game. So what we could do is bring in oil to here. Yeah, we could bring in oil to here, have an oil-fired or gas-fired power station which will power this area and allow us to develop it. Because the other thing I'm thinking is that what we're probably going to need here, you just see how far this track actually goes. This is a very long track. So what we'll most likely will need to do is put in a power substation here as well. Oh, hello guys. Didn't know you'd got this far out. I mean, probably need to do is put in a power substation here where bring oil into here, because the local oil port, which I haven't even looked at for a very long time, which is, I can't even remember where it is on the map actually. Over here actually. Over there. This is my oil field. Got absolutely no oil in at all because I think these ships sit here permanently. There's one that's always dropping off fuel for the helicopters, which is my fire crews. And of course, everything up here is produced with wind turbines. So we may have to import the oil, and then we'll have to think about some way of producing the fuel Yeah, so what we're going to have to do in our new town up here would be to import oil and fuel so that we can power this area, and then what we could do then is use this as an export port. Actually, okay. And kind of double this up a little bit as well. So and we got track there. That can go into there. And that can come to there. Up to there. So what that would mean is that we've got an export port here. I mean, there's a very real possibility that I won't be actually able to build this before the next update drops, but there's no harm in planning. Anyway, guys, just to finish off, let's just have a quick look at how our new town is. So, yeah. We seem to have an issue with food supplies. Aren't you? I think what we're going to need to do is, because the happiness is lower, what's happening is that people are not getting the food they need. So we're just going to have to persist with this for a little while, and people are going to get unhappy and they're going to leave. Productivity is going to be lower. This is one of the consequences when you've got a new town. Yeah, I shouldn't have reduced the workforce here, but that's the way it goes. What that should do, so what we just need to do is let this run a little bit and see how things go. Yeah, I mean, it says that there's people with food. We got alcohol in here. Yeah, we got people with alcohol. That's probably keeping them a little bit happier. Electronics as usual, isn't that support? But unable to participate in sport. I think what we need is just for the town to settle down a little bit, and yeah, so that people can get bits and pieces and get the things that they need. I think probably reducing the workforce in here was a bit of a mistake, but they'll come round. They will fall in with the communist ideology. Everyone will be a lot more happier. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I'll do off camera is I'll start thinking about planning out this way, but it comes back to the problem I've got is that I don't want to do too much in this area until we've got the new update in beta testing, so that I can plan in the metro, and as I already mentioned, also a tram network. So what we'll probably have is a tram section in this segment of the town. In fact, let's just have one final little. This is built now, so we're now producing some bauxite. So we've got a little bit of a bauxite industry going here. There's no drinking water. Haha, yes. One thing I forgot. Push that up. And what that, yeah, because the default is 1 kilometer. So what you find is that they won't, the tankers won't go out that distance. Anyway, until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.